Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about the Love and Marriage Huntsville trailer for the new season.
Listen, Love and Marriage Huntsville is back. The new episode for the new season comes out this weekend. And we want to be the home for the reviews. We want y'all to come and review with us as we watch the show. This is one of my favorite shows to watch. Blair, is this one of your favorite shows?
It is. I'm looking forward to coming back on the air.
Listen here. So we just want to review the trailer, the 5-minute trailer that came out a couple weeks ago. And what was your first thoughts, Blair, when the trailer dropped? Like, what stuck out to you in that trailer?
Well, overall, I just thought this is going to be an explosive season.
Listen, I knew
that's what I thought immediately.
I knew it was going to be explosive the minute I see Mel with the short haircut back. I said, okay, a lot of things has happened, and I was wondering, when Martell got arrested and things like that. I wondered if that was going to be captured in this season. Yeah. And apparently, I think that's the main story of this season and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. One thing before we get into what we think about the trailer and what we basically foresee for the season, one thing I noticed, no keke, right? Which I'm happy. Yeah. I'm very happy. Keke, you had your chance to shine last season. I hope we don't see none of that sibling rivalry this season at all. Mm-hmm. What is the other couple that left last season with the one that had the baby?
Tiffany and Lou.
No, Tiffany and Lou. Mm-hmm. They've been replaced and things like that. I think we can survive without Tiffany and Lou.
Yeah.
So, first question. Mm-hmm. What do you think we going to see from Martell this season, Blair?
Well, clearly a whole lot of defensiveness, okay. I think. And I think about that because of his conversation with Chris Fletcher. Mm-hmm. And when he was talking about, so basically your wife was a side chick and trying to do all this type of stuff. And I think because when Martell gets put in the corner, he likes to point fingers at other people, basically saying, y'all are just as bad as me or worse. Mm-hmm. Nobody's perfect, but he can never admit to his faults and just leave it at that. Yeah. So I think because of the whole arrest and all this type of stuff that's going to be going on, he's going to be pointing fingers at more people. So.
Do you think at any point of this season, because during the trailer, Marsau said Martell needs an intervention. Basically, mm-hmm. we need to come together. We need to save this guy. We need to talk to this guy. Do you think any of his friendships will be affected by his, the way he got arrested, the way he went about it, going on, doing the interview with the blogger and things of that nature? Basically, how he's representing himself. Do you think any of his friendships will be affected by it?
I don't think so, because they know him. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he's done enough up to this point. So I don't think anything more will change it. And I thought last season when Chris, what's her name? Nell, mm-hmm. when she and Martell got into it, I thought that Chris would feel a way about Martell speaking to his wife the way he did. And he stood up for her, but he was pretty much just kind of like the relationship's still going to remain the same. Mm-hmm. And even to the point where they got someone to come to the court and speak on his behalf without him asking to. I thought mm-hmm. that was like a friendship breakup type thing.
I thought that would be it right there.
And then you not leaving the house that I'm trying to sell, that's a friendship thing. So mm-hmm. I'm just like, I don't think Martell could do anything to ruin these relationships.
He got 9 lives.
These people accept him for who he is.
Yeah. Here's where I would slightly buck back, even though I agree with you. Okay. People love to feel self-righteous. So when it comes to divorce, people can easily just, they can be like, that's divorce, it's going to be messy and things like that. Not a lot of people get on their high horse when it comes to divorce. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to DV, things that he was accused of, even though it was harassment and things like that, but DV was listed, I think people might take the opportunity to be on their high horse and be like, okay, you taking it too far. Like, we can't be friends if you doing this.
But I'm like, Mel has said countless times that he texts and calls and all this type of stuff.
But he never got arrested, though, for that. Okay. So I think, people expect things to get messy in divorce, and people can always go with he said, she say things. But once cops come and arrest you and you have a mugshot, people be like, what's really going on? Like, that's when people can easily be on their high horse and be like, I don't think I'm a fool with Martell like that. Right. Or we need to talk to Martell because we had to let him know DV is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to Marsau, since we talk about Marsau and he's talking about this intervention, how do you feel about Marsau and Tisha? What would be their story? What do you think their story will be this season?
I think they're just going to be getting into other people's stuff, to be honest. I really can't see what their storyline will be. Let me think. I know I saw Tisha getting into it with Nell.
Yes.
Because I guess she felt that Nell was telling her.
Nell. Okay.
Yeah, I guess Nell made it seem as though she's like Tisha's mentor.
Yeah.
And she trying to like son or like little girl her or whatever. So, I mean, that seems to be a possible issue, but I can't see that lasting the whole season. I don't know.
That's probably an episode, if that a scene.
Right, right. But she getting involved, I think, when it comes to Destiny and Martell and trying to get the scoop, I think she might be playing more of the bone carrier this season.
Yeah, I think they tried to take that role of them being the main story, but it failed on its face last season. You know how they was basically talking about how Tisha thought she was pregnant and things like that, and Marsau was like, well, it wouldn't be mine because I got a vasectomy, and they try to leave it on a cliffhanger of like, well, that's disrespectful that you think I step out on you, or like, you sure she never stepped out on you and things like that. I don't think they go pick up that storyline. I hope they don't.
Yeah, that
storyline seemed a little too forced, in my opinion.
It's like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, it just seems too forced. I hope we get back to the origins, or at least one of the origins of their storyline. Will their dream house, be built by this season?
Good question. I would love to see it. I'm saying I would love to see it. I don't think so. And not necessarily on their own shoulders or whatever. I mean, COVID was a real thing that set a lot of stuff, back in, as far as projects. But I think also Tisha said at times that Marsau would put other ventures ahead of their personal ventures when it came to like building up businesses or building up, all these other things instead of like finishing the task of their home. So I don't think it will, but I would love to see it.
I don't think that house will get built this season. Maybe will we even see it? I would like to see kind of the origins of the show, even though Mel doesn't do it anymore, or at least we haven't seen her do it. Like real estate. I want to see something in real estate this season. You get what I'm saying? I understand my man Martell don't have his license. Hopefully he have his license this season.
Well, I'll give them this much. We do see them standing on dirt a lot from here.
Okay, thank you.
From time to time, having conversations on top of dirt. So
I want to see.
Is that not enough?
I want to see the origins of basically how we started this whole basically series of a friend group who was in real estate. Now I understand Mel may not do it, or she may not do it in business with Marsau and things of that nature. I know Martell don't have his license. The way his summer been going last summer and things like that, it looked like he was a little too busy. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if we're going to see that, which leads me to Maurice and Kimmy. What do you think we're going to see from them?
I hope more than last season. I don't like the conversation about, I appreciated at first Kimmy revealing her low sex drive and how the medications for her cancer affected her and how the disease affected her. So it was good to know that, but I did feel like it was kind of dragged on for long, and I felt like it made Maurice look like just like a thirsty dude, that he couldn't just allow his wife to heal and recover. So I'm hoping, honestly, I'd rather see storylines about Monster rather than about their sex life or lack thereof. I'm just like, how is this co-parenting thing going? Even though I feel like that's kind of been driven into the ground. Like, I find that more interesting than seeing Maurice just, being so thirsty for his wife and she can't just get herself together, So
listen, I seen the trailer. We all seen the trailer. Kimmy, the short hair look amazing. At least I'm biased. I love short hair. Yeah. So the short hair looks amazing. I'm 100% with Blair. I don't want to hear nothing about Maurice, your sex drive, nothing at all. Yeah. Like, at all. You get what I'm saying? I feel like last season, Maurice, you didn't do a great job. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to say a terrible job, but I don't think you did a great job being compassionate, or it didn't come off on camera compassionate enough for Kimmy's situation. Now, granted, what is it called when the cancer is not active anymore?
In remission.
It's in remission. As far as we know, Kimmy's cancer is still in remission. You get what I'm saying? So maybe things are back to normal. I do want to see, not to sound insensitive, what Kimmy's everyday life look like outside of treatment.
Yeah.
Dude, you get what I'm saying?
And if she's been able to get back to herself.
Exactly. I do want to see.
Yeah, I'd like to see the positive spin on it and to see what life is looking like and all that.
Yeah, because I think, and truth be told, this is the truth. When something like that, a big life event like that happens, everything do cease. Yeah. And you do focus your attention. So I do want to see what do Kimmie everyday life looks like. Now that the cancer's in remission, is she getting back to her normal routine? Is she still working in the hospital? Is she in the real estate? How do her and Maurice work together? You see what I'm saying, in business? Just the things that kind of like, okay, this was put on pause because we had to focus on this. I want to see how it looks, back to normal and things.
And I think overall for everyone, I still want to know, like, what are people's business goals? Like, what are they like striving for, reaching for, and not just sitting up in empty buildings talking about we're gonna put this wall up next week. Yeah. Like I really want to get like a bigger picture of like people doing things, having like launching events and all this type of stuff. Like that's the type of stuff I want to see too. Yeah. So,
and just to give y'all some insight, this is the first time me and my wife talking about it. So feel free in the comments below, tell us what you think, even though this is my first time hearing what she's thinking. Let us know what you think about what each character story will be, what you expect from each character as we move on to Nell and Chris. Right? Listen here, I'm happy they got a full-time contract. Yes. You get what I'm saying? Yes. let me go first. Okay. I need to see the family.
That's me too. You know I want to see the whole dynamic. Honestly, if y'all had y'all own show, I would watch it too. Listen here. I want to see everybody, all the kids.
I need to see the family.
The blended family. I need everything.
Bring the daughter back. I know I forgot her name, but I will remember it. Bring the daughter back, the one that's throwing away during dinner and things like that. Yeah. Listen, I understand in the trailer they was basically teasing that Nell was a side chick and that basically Nell didn't know that he was still married. And
honestly, I don't care about none of that.
I don't give
a damn. They married, they got kids together now. Like, that's years and years and years ago. I don't care. I don't care about none of that.
And then, they over here giving us a suspense of Mel basically saying, dude, you think this is part of Chris' character? And she's like, that's something you got to ask Chris. Listen here. Save that.
So that's probably like over 20-something years ago.
Let it go.
It don't matter.
Bring the kids. Exactly. Bring the family. Who got the dog?
Okay. Exactly.
That's the question I need to know. Who got the dog now? Do Nell still got the dog, or do the son got the dog? Yes. Is the relationship better? Is it worse? If it's worse, just put the camera on it a little bit and things like that. Do you agree with me, or do you have something else to add to that?
100%.
Also, Destiny's back, y'all. Destiny is back. How do you feel about Destiny being back?
I hope this season she's actually coming to speak. That's all. Because
you think so? Okay.
I'm like, talk about your life. And we've got, I think, her ex and the ex's new wife or whatever, which was her producer back in the day, so that could be an interesting dynamic. But Destiny also likes to be tight-lipped and not react to stuff and not say stuff and not really confront issues and not sit down and have conversation with folks. She likes to just act very unbothered, which is perfectly fine in normal life, but that is giving us nothing on the show. So I hope with Destiny here, and she had a season off, maybe she needed that little break so that way she can come back, and maybe Carlos had a little conversation like, if you're coming back, you got to bring something.
She is divorced now, so I understand why she had a break and things like that, because life gets hard. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like she was put on pause.
Here's the thing.
Because she really wasn't given anything.
Here's the thing with Destiny. And I watched from the first season all the way to the current season, right? I think Destiny get a bad rap, right? I think part of her downfall have to do with the downfall in the relationship with her and Mel. Yeah. One day, she's close with Mel. She's talking with Mel. And just one day, you know how Mel does. She changed the number. You get what I'm saying? She just cut people off based on what she's going through in her life. I'm not putting no blame. I'm just telling y'all the facts. Ever since that moment, with the whole, you had, we saw the scene seasons ago where they was fighting outside the store and things like that. It just seems like Destiny just seemed kind of like, you know what? I opened myself to friendship, and then out of nowhere, you just pull the rug under me, so that's going to make me be more tight-lipped. That's me guessing. Yeah. Right?
But my thing is, Kimmie would try to talk to her and have conversations with her, and, she would just not speak to people.
Well, hold on, you gotta understand something. Kimmie says something. She also was kind of being shady. Called her husband at the time the chicken man.
I'm just like, we got to move on. That was like when she first came on.
I know, but
she was sitting up there. Oh wait, no, that wasn't her. Never mind.
Okay.
No, but I'm saying I'm fine with Destiny being there. I don't have an issue with, how Destiny, the character, I don't know that lady, for the character she shows on the show or whatever. But I'm just like, speak, talk to people, like, let us into your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I mean, but
I think Destiny get a bad rap. I think I'm happy to see Destiny back on the show. There's definitely been some things that happen in Destiny's private life, especially some legal issues and things like that. So we go see some of that play, especially with her ex-husband being on the show and things like that, even for this period of time. I think her storyline is more of like, you like supposed to be my friend and you going after my ex-husband and things like that. Like, you ain't a girl's girl. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. She was a producer on the show. She was
a producer of the show.
And she was like, I guess like certain people, like you get a producer that you're assigned to.
Okay.
And they were assigned to her.
And basically.
And she started dating Destiny's
ex-husband.
Yeah.
That's still kind of foul though.
And that's why Destiny said in the trailer, she was just like, I mean, we not like we were friends, but we were definitely too close for her to be doing that.
Okay, so maybe friend is the strong word, but I still think if you're a girl's girl, I think the lines are a little bit blurred right there.
And not only that, I'm just like, if this is your job, you should not be dating talent on your job. I would think. And then that's real messy.
And then we could get mixed up on when the timeline started.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? Like, did it start after the divorce? Did it, like, were y'all over here being a little too friendly while we was married? Who knows?
But moving on to them, like, I'm interested to see what explanation they have for the timeline of their relationship.
They go give us lies.
So I'm curious to see how they're going to present it to us.
They go give us lies.
I'm just like, just be honest. You know what I mean? If it's a little grimy, it's a little grimy. Just tell us what the honest truth is.
They not.
Okay.
Because you heard her. She said, I ain't the side chick. I'm the wife or whatever. It's like, okay.
But it was really crazy when Destiny got divorced. I mean, she had just had the baby and the guy like just upped and divorced her. So it just leads a question like, what was the timeline? What was really going on?
What happened? Mm-hmm. Let's go to Stormy. You get what I'm saying? What's Stormy's husband's name?
Stormy and Courtney.
What's up, Courtney? I really have no beef with you, and technically I don't really have no beef with Stormy. I just have beef with the characteristics that Stormy showed last season.
Yeah.
I hope Stormy do not bring that Stormy culture to this season. That's all I hope.
Yeah.
Right? So far, based on the trailer, what I've seen, Stormy is just basically like the one that's like the friend talking, trying to add some type of levity to each situation. So far, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I don't want none of that Stormy culture, you calling men out their names type of stuff. You know, the other side of the tracks, as Marsau joked on Tisha years ago. I just don't want any of that. You get what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on the Stormy and Courtney storyline? What do you expect to see from them?
I'm definitely expecting to hear more about the business.
Yeah.
I be on TikTok and Stormy, like she be pushing her products on TikTok a lot.
I'm happy she's still in business. I'm happy she's doing good.
Yeah, and she's got like this body cream or something like that that she's selling as well. So I'm curious to see how her business has grown since the last time we checked in with her. Also, I do want to see her be more of a friend role, not necessarily like friend of the show, but like be a friend to the women in the show, which I felt like she was trying to do, like with Tiffany, when she was trying to be supportive with her, what she was going through. I like seeing Stormy in that role of just being like a kind person that people can talk to.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like Stormy really does have that genuine like kindness in her, but she does also get offended and she will bite back.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, how are y'all going to treat Stormy type of thing. But I will agree. I don't like seeing her call men out their names. Like, I think that sometimes she can get a little gutter with it. But just keep it cute. Keep it cute. Stormy has a lot of good qualities.
Do we want to see her family in the sense of her mother and her aunt? Do we want to see them?
I do, but
really?
But not so much of like trying to bring them together. I just want to see how they interact. Like, y'all don't have to every time y'all get together be like, can y'all talk? Can y'all hug? Like, no, just have a get together and let me see what they do.
I don't want to see them.
Okay.
I don't want to see Mama Stormy, and I don't want to see Auntie Stormy.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather see how y'all operate in y'all warehouse and things like that. Even though I really don't want to see that either.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I'm just picking the two of lesser evils and things like that. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, listen here, man. Like and I'm being fair with this too. I don't want to see Stormy family, as well as I don't want to see Tisha's mom either.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I think like we kind of got enough seasons of side characters in the main plot. There's enough main story in this season that we don't have to worry about Tisha mother asking Marsau for money or asking them for money, them getting a truck, or trying to get the auntie and the mother to talk again. I think we got enough on our plate for this season.
All right.
Which leads us last but definitely not least, Miss Melody. Mm-hmm. What do you expect to see from Miss Melody this season?
Well, we're definitely going to see how she handles the DV arrest Martell situation. Yeah. I think she's going to explain more as to why she requested this, or I don't know the words as far as getting somebody arrested, but you know,
why she pressed charges or something like that.
Yeah, why she pressed charges and things like that. So I think we're going to definitely see that. But I think also like Mel a lot of the time just tries to like move on from stuff and just kind of live in her own bubble and just positivity. So I think she's also going to be telling us about her new ventures and things like that. But I think majority of it is just going to be like her issues with Martell.
Yeah. Do you think that Love and Marriage Huntsville is, what's the word? I don't want to say taking advantage of.
Well, you didn't answer the question.
I'm leading. I know where I'm going with this, right?
Okay.
Do you think that Love and Marriage Huntsville is taking advantage of Mel's divorce, making it the storyline? Because I feel like this has been the storyline for almost 4 seasons now.
Not necessarily, because more stuff keeps happening. Like Martell don't stop. Like it's always something. Like he went on Tasha K, and that's like a whole situation right there.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, could they be juicing it? Possibly, but he keeps doing stuff. So it's always more to talk about when it comes to him. Yeah,
I think we are now getting into the danger parts of their divorce, to where somebody's going to ask, how much more can I take? And Melody is just, I think Melody's going to bow out before like we stop talking about it.
Okay.
Because I think it has been over 4 seasons where literally since season 1, basically, dealing with Martell's cheating, dealing with his unfaithfulness, and even when they try to work through it, and now we with the divorce, and it just seemed like each season is escalating to something.
But I think that's because it's real life. Because remember when she invited him onto their family vacation, and they were really trying to like co-parent and have good times to where like the mother and father can be together with the kids. Yeah. So they didn't have to do everything separately all the time. So I feel like Mel tried her best to kind of get the situation to die down, but Martell keep doing like effed up stuff.
No, I understand, and I feel like if it would have just stayed there at that level, then she wouldn't have no problem filming with him, being around him, and things like that. But now it's getting to the point to where they're probably not gonna be filming together. They're probably not gonna be in the same room.
But that's not production's fault.
But that's my whole point. My whole point is Melody has been preaching for the past season. She wants peace. Right? There's a point where you have to force me to work with this guy where I already have to deal with him in everyday life. Okay. So I would think, this is just me guessing, that I don't want to get Mel to her breaking point to where she's like, I don't really need the show. Like every time we do the show, y'all always ask me about Martell. I do it Martell when there's no cameras. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I want another story for Mel. Okay. Because if she got to come to work and deal with Martell, I don't know if she will recreationally still want to do that 8 seasons in now.
I agree. And I think it would nice to kind of see her in her like divorcee kind of role of like dating and, you know, all that type of stuff. But I mean, she also won't let us into that side of her life. You know, Kimmie tried to pry to figure out what she got going on, but she wasn't trying to tell us.
But here's the thing.
So the most that she's allowing us into is the Martell thing.
But I'm not going to share it on the show that got my ex-husband on here.
I mean, I got you. I mean, I don't fault her for it, but I'm just saying that would be a nice side to see.
Yeah. even though Martell talked about, like, you know, this thing that Mel pressed charge on me for 14 months ago, you really can't believe nothing he said. No. Especially in the trailer, she said that basically Martell threatened to release a video of them two. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So that's the only fear that I have with Melody. Melody is definitely one of the anchors of the show. I don't want to lose her because she wants peace. You get what I'm saying? I think she deals with Martell in a more realer way than we see on camera. Right. And if she's like, look, we film a lot. If the only time y'all can have him, he be on the show. I deal with him when it comes to the kids and things of that nature. I'm out. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to bring Mel to that point because Mel is a good contributor to the show. Who's gonna go back and forth with Marsau? that is Marcel's favorite sparring partner right there, Mel. You know, right. They over there basically arguing or like debating who's gonna claim Martell, because he's like, you married the guy, and she's like, well, that's your best friend, and he's like, you have 4 kids with the guy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Mel is fun, especially when she's on scene with Marsau. What I expect from Mel is Martell again, right? And that's my fear. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? That's my fear, because I don't want to come back for season 9 and be like, what do I expect from Mel? Martell again. Yeah. And I don't want to lose her that way. Is there anything else you saw from the trailer or anything that you expect from this season, Blair, that you want to share with us before we get into it this Saturday? With the first season of this new season, this first episode of this new season, rather. No, I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen, and I'm looking forward to the conversations that it sparks. So yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. What I'm expecting, I really do hope Maurice and Tisha do get their house built, but that's wishing on a star. I'm hoping to see some resolve with the Destiny thing, since she's coming back and her ex-husband's gonna be on there. I'm hoping to see some resolve. Something. Nothing. It don't gotta be big. Something between the Martell and Mel thing, because out of every storyline in this season or on this show, they are the one that have the biggest like consequences and stuff like that. Like there's kids involved and stuff like that. So I hope there's some resolve, even if that means like Mel leaves or something like there have to be some result. I don't want it to keep escalating, because one time you got Martell getting yelled at, and then that's when they yelling at each other online and things like that when the camera's not there. Now when the camera's not there, we hear Martell get arrested. We're like, yo, like when is it gonna be enough for us? You get what I'm saying? That's up to Martell. I understand that, but my thing is, some would say, and before Mel leaves, is it Carlos' responsibility to fire Martell or to tell him, hey, you can't be on the show because your actions is not basically a good representation for the show. You're not married to nobody. You get what I'm saying? So do you think at some point before Mel decides to leave, do you think, if this is reality TV and Mel has an ex-husband, she's going to be dealing with him on or off camera? I don't see the issue with putting it on camera. And it'll be interesting if he actually like wises up and like sees the errors in his ways and actually changes. Like that would be like the ultimate like thing to see. But until he does, this is what we're gonna get. Because either way, she's gonna have to deal with it. Well, and we already know what we will get from Martell. Martell slept with somebody or potentially slept with somebody who he don't remember. You know, Courtney telling him, you sleeping with too many women, man. Okay. Like, relax. Listen here, make sure y'all tune in with us. We usually release the episode the day after. So if it comes on Saturday, which it does, expect Sunday morning to watch our review. Don't watch it while y'all in church. Wait till y'all get home. We will still be there. Anything else, Blair? That's all I got. Y'all be good. Bye.